Hello. I thought I would start this video with just a really quick introduction. So, as you can see by my incredibly professional setup, we are on the floor. My workroom is completely torn apart right now. You can kind of tell, and it's actually really funny. This angle is very intentional because next to me there is a mountain of miscellanea that goes up almost as tall as I am, and then over here, like, this is my work desk, and then there's like stuff, just stuff. So basically, I've had the worst week of my life. I got very ill, and I have only started to recover basically today. So I've been sick for 5 days, and I actually, before all of this started, ordered this package, and of course it got delivered today, which is really cool. It's kind of nice to end off the week on a little bit less of a crappy note, right? I know you can't really see me that well, but I'm not too worried about that because I actually look really gross. But this tape is beating my ass. I'm just going to try to make this video quick, but it's going to be an unboxing video because I thought that people might be interested in what I ordered. It's some My Little Pony merchandise. I think a lot of it is discontinued Hasbro IDW stuff. If I'm not mistaken, there's some dog tags in here, which is, like, if you don't know, that's a thing that I used to be I used to have every single one, and I actually ended up selling most of my dog tags, just because I kind of got, I don't know, I kind of was just over it, you know. So this is kind of what I ordered. Now, I have seen these. They used to sell these at Target, and I missed out on these. They used to sell a smaller version of these, actually, that had similar items. Mostly just these things here and cards. And actually, if I remember to, I'll try to take a photo of it. From one of these mystery boxes, I pulled a card that was signed by, I want to say,
Trixie and Chrysalis,
voice actor, which is really neat. Well, actually, let me pull these out really quick before so there's actually 2 of these in here. I don't know what all, like, this gentleman, I'm calling him a gentleman, I'm not sure. I didn't ask, obviously. I don't know if he sorted or, like, pulled out things that were valuable to him. I saw the photos. As we can see, the boxes are a little wrecked. I was actually really just excited to find these boxes. Like, just the box. The contents are important, but the box is really what I'm interested in, because these were not super common. I love any sort of these mystery boxes. I'm a big loser. The Pokemon ones are another really cool find, obviously, but they don't have quite the range of merchandise that these did, because Hasbro, I mean, now all this merchandise is worth money, and really I'm not in this for the money. I'm really just a dork. But Hasbro had so much of this merchandise that for probably 10 years after they stopped producing it, they were making these mystery boxes. And you could find, I mean, sometimes the boxes had items in them that weren't even on the label because they had so much stock to get rid of. And it's really funny because when I was in college, I think I probably spent upwards of $700 on these mystery boxes because I was so obsessed with them. And of course, like I said, it kind of paid off. I mean, depending on who you are, that signed promo card of the voice actors was worth a lot to me. And it's currently packed away in like an airtight, like light-proof box because it's worth like that much to me that I'm a little bit nervous that something could happen to it. So I'm sure at this point you're kind of like, yeah, okay, I don't care what's in the box. I don't even remember because when I ordered it, I was like, yeah, that looks really cool, and I begged the guy, I was like, can you please ship these to me? Because I actually found these on Facebook Marketplace. So if you're that guy and you see this video, hi, I owe you my soul. Even if everything in this box sucked, awesome seller. I will not be giving out his name because obviously he's just like a random guy on Facebook and that's not very appropriate. But I will open this up. Let me kind of show, I guess, what the outside of this box looks like really quick. I know I did a little bit, but just touch it up. I mean, I don't know what these went for. If I had to guess, the ones that I used to purchase were, I think, $15.99, and they were about a third of this size. This is probably, if I had to guess, maybe $29.99. It looks like this was around 2017, and both of the boxes do look the same. I will be hanging on to these boxes because I think I'll use these maybe to store my decks in or something. I do have quite a few of these cards. If there's interest, I can show maybe the rest of my actual collection, but I thought that this would be a nice break. I'm still actively editing my next video, and I kind of wanted a break from that, so, ooh, okay. So we do have some really neat stuff in here. I do already have this tin, but it's going to be really difficult for me to justify passing on another one. I used to have this. I actually think I sold it. I've gotten rid of, unfortunately, quite a bit of my MLP merchandise as I've kind of had to limit what I collect, which, as you can see, I haven't done a very good job. I've just moved on to collecting other things. But Now, this is one of the deck boxes. I actually never owned one of these, and this is actually what intrigued me about that post. It's not anything super exciting. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you, these are really low quality. I mean, obviously they're a bit older, but like, I mean, even you can see the edges don't line up, and the prints, I mean, it's the same print on both sides, you know. I mean, I have a couple Pokemon deck boxes. I guess I can grab one. This is one of the Pokemon Go ones, and I mean, basically the same size. I think it's pretty standard TCG storage size. Nothing special, but absolutely still really exciting. I've never, like I said, I never had the chance to own one of these. Ooh. Yeah, so here's one of the collector's guides. I think maybe one of these days I'll have to do scans of some of the collection guides I have, because I actually have quite a few of these. Like I mentioned earlier, I purchased a lot of those blind boxes at Target. And this was like many years ago. I do not shop at Target anymore, full disclosure. But wow, this is cool. So I actually haven't seen these before. Wow. It's a little bit excited here. So these are holographic jumbo cards. Super neat. Only one side's holographic. Let's see here. Wonder what deck sleeves we got. I haven't looked yet. So we do get the dividers. Nothing, it's the gems. Elements of Harmony. Very neat. Quite a few cards in here. I can see some standees, which is really neat, because I do really like the standees, it looks like. And I'm not sure how much of this is the seller's doing versus the original pack. Maybe he purchased these in bulk, I'm not sure. I should have asked him if he had any more. But these are card sleeves. Let's see. Well, these are cards, and I'm not going to... Ooh, yes. I have so many of these, actually, full disclosure. It's kind of funny. But these are collection guides for the dog tags. Still pretty cool. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, yes. Okay. So these are cards. I do collect the cards. Yeah, so it looks like there's actually a couple in here, a mix of these. So there's a couple, Hasbro did a couple different runs of MLP cards, if you don't know. So there was the MLP TCG, and then there was the Equestria Girls cards. And like these cards, you can see they have like a sweepstakes. If I can find my camera, they aren't running it anymore, obviously. But these are really neat. They're just like show scenes, characters. There's like quiz questions. And this is not, sorry, I apologize. This is not the TCG. This is a side type of card. I'm not entirely certain. They are interplay. These, oop, there's a few more of those. These actually came in, I want to say blind. Ooh, look at that. Very neat. I do not have that card, so I'm excited. But I used to have a full set of these, and I actually gave several of them away in trades and sales. So I'll have to see if I want to recomplete that. I'm a bit of a TCG nerd. I really like unique TCGs. My first one ever, unsurprisingly, was the MLP trading card game. And I never actually learned how to play this game. I am the guy who just likes to collect trading cards. I think my personal favorite TCG, just a fun, unrelated fact, is probably Germa's Grotto Beasts TCG. So if you ever want to discuss that, you know who to call. I'm going to pack this back up in this box here because I don't want any of these getting damaged, and I will be really going through them thoroughly later. But I'm going to try to keep this video short just for my sake and for your sake. Now, this is far beyond exciting. Okay, so in here, we have, these are actually stickers that came with interplay packs with the dog tags and stuff. Very cool. Some tattoos, which if I could figure out a way to preserve those properly, I absolutely would. Oh yes, okay, so here's kind of something that I can elaborate on a bit. So these are actually sealed. I will not be opening all of these card packs. Maybe I'll open one towards the end, and then I'll kind of speed up the opening. If I find anything notable, I can slow it down. But this is just a quick difference in the types of packs you could get. So let me flip through here really quick, and then I can kind of see what all I've got. This gentleman really did me a fantastic favor. He has no idea, but I really do owe him my soul, because this is, like, very exciting. Gosh, it's going to be really difficult for me to open these because there's one of each kind of pack, which is really exciting. So, like I mentioned, there's actually a couple different ones. So these trading card fun packs, there were different series. This is, it appears to be series 1. This is series 3, so I believe there were only 3 series of these. But you can see, like, they named them, like, this is called episodes, so it's about the episodes, and I do think gosh, it's tough to choose. But here, see, these are booster packs, so this is a card game. You can tell just because, I mean, it says collectible card game. It is the actual interplay card game. And like I said, if there's interest, maybe I can show off my collection, crack open a couple of these packs, and talk a bit more about it. I've been an avid collector of these for many years, so these, though, I actually like, in all honesty, more than the trading card game. These had foil cards, standees, stickers, tattoos, lenticular cards, and this, I actually believe, if I recall, this series is the one that I pulled that voice actor signed card, and those were randomly inserted. I want to say like 1 in like 300, and they are literally signed with Sharpie, which is terrifying if you know anything, because Sharpie does fade, and especially if it's exposed to sunlight, UV rays at all, it will get destroyed. let's see here. I'm kind of stacking things up. This is another thing that's a really big deal to me because I'm a huge dork. The dog tags. Now, if you don't know, they're making a resurgence. Now, the original reason I used to purchase these blind boxes was actually specifically for these dog tags. I was looking to complete my dog tag collection, and like I mentioned, I actually did have it complete at one point, but foolishly, I sold off several of the popular character ones before I realized the inherent value they had. Now, the popular character ones are these shaped ones. This is Octavia Melody. I had Vinyl, Octavia, Derpy Hooves, all of the main 6, and I sold off them for like a pittance, unfortunately. And I won't go through every single one of these, but I mean, this is just super neat. I mean, the dog tags were fantastic quality. My only complaint really was that they didn't have kind of a coating on the front to protect them. They do have a coating on the back so that the chain doesn't scratch it, but because of the way that they're packaged, you do end up with some scratching due to the chains. But I mean, that's such a silly complaint. So that was what was in this Rainbow Dash tin, which is super cool. I guess let's move on to this tin. Excellent. This is super exciting as well. I can see some really neat things in here. This is interesting. I've actually not seen this before, but it appears to be some sort of repack, which Enterplay and these people who make these bulk boxes used to do all the time. So it's really no surprise to me that I'm finding this, because you'll see this with Pokemon cards in those packs and whatnot. But yeah, this is just another, it looks like it's got a sticker on the back, probably some holo cards. This looks like this is just, again, from these trading card packs, and this is likely a mix of all 3 series, so what you're pulling from this is going to be pretty random. As far as what's going on in this tin, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I can see there's a poster, but it's kind of odd how this is all mixed in here. Wow, if it isn't Best Girl, it's very exciting. I've actually been looking for this card. This is a chase card, so that's really neat. Had a couple of these stickers in my time, but I will take more. I'm very curious. I have to know. Let's see. Best Girl and Best Girl. Applejack has my whole heart. And I'm seeing something in here that I'm super excited about. I think I'm going to speed up this next section while I kind of get this figured out. I really can't make this up. I wish it just said shit happens. I think that'd be way better. These are super cool. These are miniatures of the full-size comic books. I don't entirely admittedly recall what the difference is between the regular comic books and these. I would have to look into it again. I really don't remember. But what I think is really cool is, 1, that these all have glitter designs, and 2, they come with stickers, tattoos, and posters. Now, there are, I want to say, like 20 different posters you can collect, and these books, actually, I have multiple copies of each of these, but I still somehow don't have a complete set, and so I do think with this I will have a complete set. But as you can see, I mean, it is perfectly legible. I mean, they're comics, and I'm admittedly a big fan of the kind of glitter. It's a bit hard to see, but I do like it. It's very cute. So with that, that's box 1, and I can see that my phone is saying I'm at 22 minutes, so I'm really going to need to speed this up, because I don't know that I'm going to necessarily have the storage to keep filming this if I continue at this rate. So, this is box 2. You know the drill. It's actually the same outer box. All of the boxes in the different sizes were same graphics, but different sizes, and they just had one standard design for each size. Now, this one does appear to have kind of a bit different, like a little less stuff. Again, I do think he maybe repacked this for space. Not really sure. I don't mind either way. It was absolutely, like, just beyond exciting to find this. I was never really a big fan of these, maybe just because I'm not a bracelet person, but there are some of those slap bands in here. Not really a big fan of any of these characters, but super cool to have and hold. This is pretty neat. I just set that there, I suppose. So, is this the full set? Yeah, I used to have several of these. I actually had them, I do still have them on my bathroom mirror, so embarrassingly, if anybody visits me and uses the bathroom, they get their Fluttershy stickers on my mirror. And then I do think that I actually gave the rest of them away, but I will likely hang on to this and keep it sealed, and we'll see where it goes with that. But so that's pretty neat. I'm a big fan of those. So this is likely just, yeah, wow, cool. He's got these packed in here really neat again. I'll just kind of try to go fast. These are booster packs. These actually came, so this is definitely an Interplay repack. These were from a set, and I do think it was Pinky and Fluttershy. I could be wrong, but these came in a box, and they were like themed character boxes. There was like, you know, Rainbow Dash and Applejack, Twilight and Rarity, Pinky and Fluttershy, and then they were booster packs meant to flesh out your deck for specific skills, and you could build your decks around these characters, because obviously the main 6, they each have kind of certain qualities that make them kind of cool to build decks around, because you could theme decks. I would say this game is actually, in my opinion, a little bit similar to Magic the Gathering, which is kind of outlandish to say, but I don't care. Again, we got, this is a playmat that teaches you how to play. This is the rule book. I have like 15 of these rule books, so that's kind of funny. Got some more dividers and more cards, and it does look like mixed in here I've got even more like standees. There's some tattoos. kind of trying to speed this up for you. And then it looks like just another stack of cards. Oh, and these are actually kind of hard to come by. I'm not sure why. I think they were just in the character deck boxes, but I'm sure they were in other products as well. But these are damage counters, I believe. Action tokens. So similar. But yeah. So that was what was in this first box. And then let's see here. This is last but not least, so let's make it count. Okay, that's the only complaint I have out of this entire thing, and this is unfortunately something I see a lot with cards, so it's really not even a valid complaint, is that due to natural moisture in the air, you get this curvature. It drives me crazy. I'm entirely certain it's fixable if I had like just a set a heavy book or something on them, if I really cared. But I mean, the problem is with where I live, there's also this natural moisture. This has happened to my Pokemon cards as well. Really, it's not the end of the world. So, and yeah, more Luna sleeves. So I've got now 3 packs of these. Oh, okay, they're split packs. Luna and Celestia. Let's see. Oh yes, okay. Here's more of these dividers. Yet another playmat. Exciting. More sealed packs. Very exciting. The sealed packs, I'm not gonna lie, were what really drew me into this. Because it's so rare to find like sealed booster packs. Sorry. The character boxes are actually very common to find sealed because there were so many of those, and that was what that transparent pack was. This is neat. I'm not sure what this would have come from. This might have been just another booster pack. I don't believe it's a repack though. It doesn't have an interplay card in it. I do not have this Applejack card. I actually haven't seen this before, but it's a very cute card, holographic. Let's see. I see another dog tag checklist, keeping it classy. Oh, I see several more dog tag checklists. A few more of these stickers. I love these. Anybody needs a freaking dog tag checklist, comment down below. And I'm not being ungrateful, of course. I am very excited about this. The dog tag checklists have just become somewhat of a joke to me because, as I've mentioned, I have purchased over the years likely well over 600 of these dog tags, because what I used to do, besides purchasing the boxes, the Interplay blind boxes that were repacks, was I would go on eBay and literally look up MLB dog tag lot, and I would buy all of them, just so I could manage to get 1 or 2 from each lot, and I would end up with hundreds of these dog tags in the efforts of completing a set that, ironically enough, I ended up basically just not even keeping, you know, flights of fancy and whatnot, so... Tattoos. I mean, I love the tattoos. I kind of wish that there was a way for me to preserve them properly. I wish I could turn them into stickers or something. I do believe there might be a way to do that, but I don't know off the top of my head. So more stickers. My personal favorite stickers from this lot were the Shadow Bolt stickers and the Discord stickers, just because I really like the details. And these are transparent stickers, so when you peel them off, it's just this foil that you see. I have one on my laptop that's been on there for, gosh, probably 10 years, and it's scuffed beyond belief. These designs I loved. There were these Chinese New Year outfits on the tattoos, and I really wish they had been released. I wish they had been released as stickers. They're very cute. I do love that they kind of just slapped the wings behind her. Like, they were like, oh yeah, she has wings. Oops, well, you know. We're coming to an end here finally, I believe. Ooh. Star Swirl Bearded. Very cool. This is from the Make-A-Wish card scene, and I actually have almost all of this one. I want to say I'm missing this one, so if I am, that's going to be really cool to finally see that complete after years, because as willing as I am to purchase the dog tags, the cards, for me, shipping doesn't justify buying lots of those unless I can really make it worth my time, like with this lot, so. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick unboxing video, say hi, tell people I'm alive. My next video will be on kind of an odd subject, and it will be my longest video yet. I think it's going to clock in at just about 40 minutes. So it is taking me a bit longer to edit, and unfortunately I did lose about a week's worth of time from being sick. So this is just sort of an in-betweener video. I'm hoping to knock this video down a lot shorter, just because I really don't want it to be super long. But if you're interested in any of this, if you want to see more MLP product discussion, I have a lot of MLP collectibles. I have been in the Brony fandom for a long time, if you couldn't guess. And these cards are just one of many really interesting products that Hasbro released that weren't necessarily aimed towards kids. And I do think that having a full-fleshed TCG was just one way of them kind of nodding at the adult side of the fandom and saying, hey, you know, here's something for you. So there's a fly buzzing around my head. I hate this. So yeah, drop a comment. Was there anything in this lot you thought was cool? Have you seen any of this stuff? Do you have any of this stuff? Do you want to see me, I guess, open these cards? I mean, yeah, let me know. I hope you have a good week, a good weekend, a good month, a happy new year, happy holidays if you celebrate it. Bye.